item of equipment is to use it. Sometimes this means giving a pair of shoes a year's worth of wear in a few short weeks. Sometimes a simple difference in the fibers used in manufacturing a combat uniform can mean the difference between safety and death or serious injury. One of the most spectacular results of recent Quartermaster research and development activities are these aluminized paper firefighting suits. Simple and inexpensive in construction, they afford a high degree of protection against burns from flash fires, greatly increase the efficiency of men fighting such common menaces as brush or forest fires. The nylon armored vest, which saw widespread use during the Korean conflict, was still another example of Quartermaster research and development. An exact knowledge of its capacities to protect the soldier was obtained through extensive laboratory tests before the first nylon vest was issued to a soldier in the field. Results of its use on the battlefield more than confirmed the expectations of Quartermaster scientists. Items of everyday use, such as rubber and leather, often behave in unexpected ways when subjected to extremes of heat or cold. What happens, for instance, to a frozen boot? What kind of material can best withstand wear and tear under extreme Arctic conditions? The results of these tests at Natick may someday influence the whole military supply policy for troops in Arctic regions. No series of tests is complete, however, until results of experiments in the field have confirmed those obtained in the laboratory. To really learn the value of a boot or a pair of shoes, you have to ask the man who's worn them. From Arctic snow to Caribbean beaches, the Quartermaster Research and Development Program maintains a constant study of equipment, clothing, and supplies. A program assuring maximum survival power to the American soldier anytime, anywhere. In the atomic era, tests of equipment and clothing must encompass not only natural hazards, but human ones as well. Protecting the fighting man from the ill effects of atomic fallout is currently one of the Quartermaster Corps' major research programs. Behind every item of equipment and supply which becomes standard issue lie months or years of research in the lab. Research which is always supported by tests in the field. The long series of tests which are conducted before any item of equipment is finally standardized assures the soldier of reliable equipment in the field. Coordinated research also assures the most efficient development of standardized items at the lowest possible cost to the taxpayer. A large portion of Quartermaster research is in the hands of skilled chemists, men who search unceasingly for improved versions of such indispensable items as insecticides. The age of plastics is less than a score of years old, yet these man-made materials have already achieved a minor industrial revolution. It is safe to say that the future will see even more spectacular applications of human ingenuity of this form of production and supply. Delivery of supplies, weapons, and equipment by parachute, which had already undergone great development between World War II and Korea, has assumed an even larger significance in the atomic era. Modern concepts of war envision small, self-supporting units capable of hitting hard and rapidly redeploying. Developing and providing equipment which enables our Army to deliver men, supplies, and equipment from an aircraft in flight is today an increasingly important quartermaster responsibility. The Army of the future, with its emphasis on mobility and flexibility, will create increasingly difficult problems. As a result of the extensive planning and research now being carried on, the Quartermaster Corps will meet this challenge in the future as it has met it in the past, by providing the American fighting man with the finest supplies, equipment, and services of any military force in the world.
Today, the big picture has shown you some of the operations of your Army's Quartermaster Corps. It is an organization devoted to providing the American soldier with clothing, food, and equipment, designed to keep him in the best possible health, vigor, and morale, wherever he is, whatever he must do. Now, this is Sergeant Stuart Queen, your host for The Big Picture.
The Big Picture is an official report for the armed forces and the American people. Produced by the Army Pictorial Center. Presented by the Department of the Army in cooperation with this station.